Hello everybody, Lady B once again. This is another video that I've been having technical difficulties with, but at least it's not missing anymore. This was the one that I could not find. It was lost in cyberspace for a while. But anyhow, this is the only way that I can get it uploaded right now. I'm looking into different kind of editing programs that I can download and see if I can get them to work. But for now, because I promised this video to somebody, we're going to do it this way, and it's not the best quality, and I'm doing it from my cell phone off of my laptop. So right now this is all I can do, and we'll get through it, and hopefully we'll be able to watch it without too much problem. This is me canning herb potatoes. Lady B here. Yeah, you're looking at a mess, but it's an organized mess, I hope. I am finally getting around to doing something from the all-new Ball Book of Canning and Preserving. This is on page 278. There are no page numbers on this, but it's the green part back here. And I want to make some herb potatoes. I've never had herb potatoes that I know of, and I'm going to do them two different ways. One is by the book, and I've got the herbs right here, and I had to write down what they were because I got some more over here, and yes, I had to write down what they were because I got these together last night. But anyhow, in here I have 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of dried rosemary, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, and it didn't call for it, but I like parsley, so I put in a teaspoon of dried parsley also. There is 2.5 pounds of potatoes here, and 2.5 pounds here for the other recipe. Let me lay this over here. Oh, out of my way. I cut these in smaller pieces and these in bigger pieces to be able to tell the difference in the two different recipes. And I'm going to sneak a couple out of each. Well, I won't say a couple, I'll say a few pieces. Then I'm going to put them over here in the oven and we'll see what they taste like. But anyhow, I'm going to take this over to the sink and I'm going to use this colander and I'm going to drain the potatoes. And I'm going to put the potatoes in this big bowl. So that way I won't say I won't, but I'll make less of a mess in here. So, I'm going to take my little knife here, mix these all up. I'm not real fond of thyme and rosemary because I don't use them a lot, but I'm going to make one batch just to see. Somebody's bound to like them, and if you're starving to death, who cares as long as it's nutrition, huh? Okay, I'm going to put these in here. And I just washed my hands before I got done here, but I will go ahead and use a spoon just to mix it up some. I've got my jars over here in the canner. I've got my lids. Well, they're here, but I haven't put them in the water yet. Okay, now they're in the water. The water is warm. I don't boil them anymore. I do put them in warm, so it will soften up the peels on them. Well, these actually smell pretty good. Okay, I always forget something. Forgot my jar lifter. these out in the picture. That way you can see. My funnel right here. I've got some chicken broth over there on the stove. I've got some chicken broth in the refrigerator too because it was what I had canned and there was a little bit of fat at the top. So I want to solidify that so I can take a spoon and get it out of there. But here is my chicken broth that I had on the stove. And I don't have a lot of room here because I've got other projects on the table also. They smell really, really good. I don't know how much, it didn't say anything about headspace, but I will leave about 1 inch. Don't know if that's right or not. You do it according to what you've always done. Might need to go just a little bit more. That's about 1/2 inch. Okay. Now I'm going to get some vinegar on here. But no, I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm going to get the air bubbles out of here. These smell amazing. Take my paper towel. Wipe off the rims. And go here and get my lids. I have room for them here. I'm not very prepared today. Ring. Just fingertip tight. Let me one go. Okay, take these, put these in the canner. Go ahead and fill these off camera. You all seen it all done before, but we'll be back in just a little bit when I get them all in the canner. Or I switch to the other recipe or something. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back for a minute. I'm waiting for more chicken broth to heat up. It's the one I had in the refrigerator. Had to spoon off the fat off the top. And if you all haven't noticed, I did manage to make the screen size larger. I don't know how I did it, but there it is. So I hope you can see it. Let me see. There you go. It might be a little bit better. And now it's in the pan heating up. So I'm going to go ahead and start on my second recipe here. I saved maybe just a half a handful of potatoes over there. I'm going to put in the oven and give them a fry. Now in here I have a tablespoon of minced, no, I don't have any minced garlic. I didn't have any. That's why I'm going to use garlic powder. I have 1 tablespoon Italian seasoning, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and to that I will add another tablespoon maybe. 1/4 a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and it doesn't call for it, but I did put a teaspoon of dried parsley in it, and there's salt and pepper in here too. So I'm going to do the same thing I did a while ago. Well, my garlic powder has clumped because I got it poured out last night. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Yep, that's done too. I'm going to put them in my mortar and pestle. And give it a go. I'm making a mess. I got a 3-piece set of this. I gave one to my grandson, and what he was going to do with it, I don't know, but I gave him the middle-sized one. This was my tiny one. There we go. Excuse me. No, I don't have anything. Okay, I just washed my hands a while ago. And what did I do with my spoon that I had? It looks like I put it in the dishwater. So, I will get another one. And give these a stir. Oh, this smells amazing too. Sink. And my broth is hot. Finish putting them in this one. That's the other one of the one that came from the book. Debubble. It looks like it needs a tiny bit of broth in it. Wipe the rim. Get a lid. And the ring. And it's not real hot. Okay, now for these I have got wide mouth because they're bigger pieces. Smells so good. And I put them in pints because it's just me here. So it wouldn't make a bit of sense to put them in anything any bigger. I could do some, and I might still do some for my feller because he's got kids at home that he still cooks for. And yes, they cook for him too. like I may need to get out more broth. And yes, I have some in the pantry. If you all can hear what I've got on in the bedroom with my computer, I am listening to our local auction house, and yeah, they are very bad for my pocketbook. But they've got some good deals sometimes that you can't pass them up. If I don't have any money, which is a lot of the times, I don't even watch, or I go in and watch every once in a while. Okay. Yes, I gotta have the names all lined up. It's one of my pet peeves. And a ring. And a ring. I am so tired. I haven't been able to catch up with myself since vacation. But oh, what a way to get tired, huh? I've already spoken to Catherine, and she's given me permission to use her video. And it's hilarious. These ought to be just about the right size for a meal for just me. Somebody said they'd be good with meatloaf. I don't do meatloaf. I mean, if there was like a cheese stuffed meatloaf or something, then I would probably do it. But I had meatloaf so much when I was growing up that I just got totally burnt out on it. And let me try to maneuver these around and make more room. I'm going to have to get some more chicken broth. Another piece of paper towel, because I think I got that one in the chicken broth when I used it last time. It doesn't usually matter what I'm fixing. I usually use the vinegar to wipe my rims, just to be sure that they're nice and clean. One thing I don't want to do is work this hard and not be able to get a seal because of a dirty rim. enough into those to make one more jar, but I don't have any out. So I am going to leave it like that, and I'll put those in the oven with the rest of them and just try them. So that gives me 4 quarts or 4 pints of the one from the Ball Book, and then 4 pints from the one that I concocted myself. Yeah, this is what they look like, the ones that I did myself. So I'm going to put them in the oven. I'm going to wait for my canner to get really good and hot before I get it started. These are going to taste so good. Okay. I'm going to drizzle them with a little bit of oil. I'm going to put these in the oven. Okay, my canner is heating up. Before I got started, I did inspect my canner lid. I checked the pop-up valve, made sure that it went up and down. It would be really easy. I looked through the vent hole, make sure there wasn't anything blocking it. Once in a while, I take a toothpick and put it in and out to make sure that it's clear. Once in a while, I get a little black gunk from it, but I also need to order me a new seal and a new pressure valve. Those are starting to look a little worn. So I always try to keep something in the cabinet for backups. And boy, do I have a mess here and a sink load of dishes to do. So while this is in the canner, I will get cleaned up. But anyhow, after the water starts boiling, I'll put my lid on, and then I will wait till it starts venting really good. And I'll vent that for 10 minutes. Then I'll put on my weight and begin the processing. And for here, I process it for 35 minutes for pints, 40 minutes for quarts. Check your altitude and see what you have to set your your pressure at. But for me, I'm less than 1,000 feet up, so I'm going to do these pints for 35 minutes. But I'd say I'll probably do some quarts too to give away, and I will process those for 40 minutes. But I'm going to turn you off for now, and when they get done, then we'll be back and I'll show you the finished product. Bye. For now. Okay, everybody, I am back. My timer stopped. These are the potatoes that I put in the oven a while ago. These are the ones that came, let me bring you a little bit closer. These are the ones that came with the recipe in the book. I'm going to try those first. They just came out of the oven. Oh, those are good. I didn't think I'd like them because of the rosemary and thyme, but they are good. Let me try my own concoction. But those really are good. I think I'll probably do some more of those. Now these, because they're bigger, they could use probably about 10 more minutes in the oven. Now it goes off. That was my venting. 10 minutes is up. I'm going to put these back in the oven, and I'm going to go ahead and eat these, but they're good. But anyhow, a while ago I was telling you all about me listening to the auction on the computer. If you want to listen and watch, they come on Tuesday evenings and Saturday evenings at 6 o'clock. They do ship, and like I said, their prices are phenomenal. I mean, they are really cheap. Before I got kidnapped, I got some After Sun lotion. That's when I was going out to Catherine's to get a base tan. But I got a thing of the After Sun lotion for $2. Now, I had to leave it at the airport in the trash at St. Thomas because my luggage was over, I guess, where I picked up a couple of souvenirs. But I had to leave. I put it in the trash. But I'm going to go down tomorrow and pick up what I bought tonight and see if they've got any more of the After Sun lotion. So anyhow, they are Route 52 auction, and they are located in South Point, Ohio, and they do ship, and they have great shipping list. What you do is you go on, and when you see something that you want, you type in the chat bar, want whatever they're selling, times 1, 2, 3, however many of them that you want. If you don't put it in that way, Chris doesn't know what you want or how many you want. So just put want. Say, like, I bought me a stun gun flashlight tonight because I have had some and I've given them all away and I've only got one. And yes, they do work. Don't ask me how I know, but they do work. They zap you really good. But anyhow, whoops, sorry Rob, I said anyhow. But if you want to listen to it, go on to Route 52 auction on Tuesday evenings at 6 and Saturday evenings at 6. You might find something that you absolutely cannot do without. But like I said, their shipping rates are great. I've never had anything shipped because they're not very far away. But I drive over there and pick up my stuff. I've got something I have to pick up from somewhere else tomorrow also. But I'm going to get that done at the same time to save on gas. But anyhow, I just started my canner. I put the weight on and I'm waiting for pressure to build up, so we'll be back. Hey, we're back. This is what I got out of the potatoes that I canned tonight. These up here are the ones that I got out of the volcanning book, and this is my own concoction back here. And they were delicious. That's what I had for dinner, was the herb potatoes. And here I've got some little new potatoes. And I'm going to put them in those. That is tomorrow's project. So I'm going to get off here. These over here are cucumbers that I got from the farmer's market. And that little red thing right there is a hot pepper that I got out of my garden, but I didn't grow any hot peppers. No, they didn't come up voluntarily. They were a mistake, I guess, from the greenhouse that I went to. But anyhow, that is tomorrow's project right there. And we'll see you next video. Y'all take care. Stay safe.